I've already made one video about the Garmin InReach Mini, which I'm charging. This is not through a fault of Garmin. I'm just charging this because I accidentally left it in my pack for like 3 days without charging it. Anyhow, I already made a review of this. It was after I'd had a negative experience with the InReach, not finding a satellite in a reasonable period of time. And so I was kind of in a bad mood when I made that last review. So full confession, I am actually still paying for a subscription to this. What I'm going to do here though is I still want to talk about how the InReach works, like in practice, because I've seen a lot of videos on this device and most of the videos go through all the features. So if you want to find out about the features of the Garmin InReach and all the things that it can do and how the user interface works, go to some other video, because I'm more interested in actual real world usage, taking it out into the forest and seeing how it works. Because I know some people have said that they've had it work really, really well for them. Other people have had negative experiences, and I've had definitely mixed experiences. So let's go to a trailhead and find out how this works for me. Okay, this is the Garmin InReach, and I'm starting a little hike right now. So we're going to try two things. We're going to try tracking, and we're going to try sending a message. I'll send a message a little bit later, but right now I'm just going to start tracking. So you can start tracking by opening up the app, and then you can just tap tracking, and then you come up here to start, and now it is tracking. So when I get home, we'll be able to see how well it did at tracking. You can see that the display has changed and has indicated that it is in fact tracking. We'll see how well it does, because there's quite a bit of canopy, tree canopy overhead, and it's a rainy day, as you can see. Okay, now that I'm at home, let's go ahead and take a look at what our tracks look like at the Garmin InReach website. First of all, remember that you need to go to explore.garmin.com. That's the website that'll actually show you what you're looking for, explore.garmin.com. Like when I type, just go to the regular Garmin website I'm used to going to, I get information from like, whatever GPS watch I used to have that I don't use anymore. So you'll see that you have all these things that it tells you, how many messages you sent, messages received. It's a pretty okay, decent dashboard here. So if you go up here and click on map, I can see kind of what my tracking points ended up looking like. Now, I was really confused by this map for a little bit, going like, shoot, it's not showing me my tracks. So if you zoom in right here to where the starting point is, you click on this little plus thing, and it says show tracks, and there you go. You can see the tracks. And you can see there's a couple I've been around here before. So there's one old track. Here's the track of this expedition. And as you can see, like I said, it doesn't always get through to the satellite to make a tracking point. So it's not giving you a smooth track. These are all within about probably a quarter mile of each other though. So really, it's still fairly useful, I would say, if somebody's trying to rescue me. It gives a pretty good idea of where I've been and where my location has been. So I'd still say this is useful. Just remember, it's not a GPS tracker. That's not what it's for. It's for just letting people, it's kind of like a really rudimentary homing device, I guess. Just doesn't quite work as well as Batman. Okay, back to the forest. Your device has received an update and will restart in 60 seconds. Restart your device now to apply the update. Like when I'm actively tracking, that seems like a really bad idea. Let's hit OK though, just so you know. It's restarting now. Now it says ensure device has clear view of sky to complete update. Sending acknowledgement, updating. Okay, I would assume it's a clear view of the sky. This is part of the fun, because this is going to touch on things I've complained about in my other review of this. Okay, so now it just says web portal, an update has been applied to your device. So it looks like it did its thing.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I hit OK, now I've read it. I'm not gonna hit back. Okay, I read it. Why is it still showing me that thing? That's annoying. Okay, so I hit OK, I read the message. Man, you have to like click this OK button like 3 times before then it acknowledges you read the message. And now, there we go. Back to my tracking screen. Okay, so my next thing is to try sending a message and see how long it takes. Here we are in the woods. Because, you know, people have argued with me that I'm using it wrong. But my argument back would be, if you buy one of these, you bought it so that, you know, what if I like break an ankle here and I don't have Ryan with me?
Yeah.
What am I gonna do?
What am I gonna do? That's the question.
All right.
Nothing.
Probably nothing.
I'm like, God damn it, Joseph. All right.
So,
well, good luck. You're on your own.
good luck. So, say Ryan leaves me on my own. All right, so let's go to Earthmate. So here's another thing to think about is that if you're planning on sending a message, you're gonna have to deal with things like this where it's raining, right? Because the rain doesn't care if you heard or not. So compose a message. Hopefully my touch screen works while it's raining. Send it to my husband. And I'm gonna say just a test message. And I'm gonna send it. All right, so I sent the message at 12:23.
Oh. We don't know.
Okay, so it's like 12:27 p.m. So I sent the message at 12:23, and so 4 minutes later, it sent the message. It makes a little like upward descending chime to tell you it sent the message.
I get that.
Yeah. So cool. That's not bad. I swear I've had it take hours before, but this time it didn't. We'll send another message like when I get to the car. The obligatory "I'm at the trailhead heading home" message. So overall, it wasn't bad. It was definitely a better experience than I had the last time I was out in the woods with the InReach trying to contact somebody. In both instances, when I tried to contact my husband with the InReach using text message, it sent the message out. It got the message out to him in less than 5 minutes time. And as you could see in the videos, there was a certain amount of canopy over me. What you couldn't see is that when I sent the message out, the second message that I sent out, I was actually down kind of in a canyon along the East Fork of the Lewis River, and there was quite a bit of tree canopy. So it doesn't require a pristine view of the sky, at least not all the time. That doesn't change the fact, though, that when I tried to use it in a similar capacity 6 months ago, and I had a much clearer view of the sky, I was at a higher elevation, for whatever unknown reason, it was unable to get a message out in less than an hour or 2 hours. So it's something, this is what you should probably keep in mind. If you hit that SOS button on this device, it is going to do everything it can to find a satellite. But if you're just sending a message, it can go to the bottom of the queue. I think that's what's going on with the satellite system. Is, who knows, maybe there's a whole bunch of people sending messages with their InReach. Maybe somebody's got a really important conversation going on a satellite phone, and that takes precedence over your message that you're sending out. There could be any number of reasons that a message might take longer than a few minutes to send out. It might take up to 5 or 6 hours to get through the queue and get out to the person that you're sending it to. So I would still continue to carry this as a safety device. I'll carry this as an SOS device. And I will also continue to carry a PLB with me as well if I'm somewhere where I really desperately need to make sure that I can contact somebody in an emergency. But also it should be recognized that both of those are not foolproof methods, right? You should not depend on being able to contact a rescue through an RF device, a radio frequency device, in order for you to stay safe in the woods. You need to have a backup plan. One thing I'll also say is an advantage to this over the PLB that I didn't talk about in my last review of the Garmin InReach is that a PLB is only a one-way device. So it's just a beacon. This is handy in that it's two-way, so you are more likely to be able to tell your potential rescuers what the situation is. Maybe if there's something that's dangerous to them that they need to know about, even if you could just say, yes, I can make it through the rest of the night, any number of things. You just need to know that the device has limitations. It's not perfect. It can't do everything. It's not going to do the rescue for you. And also, if your primary use case for the device was to have a quick way to send a text message to somebody when you get to the trailhead before you head home, it may not be the best thing for that, because depending on how long you have to wait in the queue for a message to get through, you might already be into an area with cell phone coverage by the time that message reaches your loved ones or significant other or whoever you were trying to message. So I hope this was helpful to you. Go ahead and let me know in the comments what you think, whether you like or dislike this, and just how do you use these devices? What kind of issues have you had with it in the past? Where do you think I'm just way off the mark with this? Because more and more of us have them, and we need to make sure that we're using them responsibly. So go ahead and let me know in the comments what you think.